All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Adam Warlock for Marvel Champions Living card game. We're going to go through a basic deck building and strategy guide for this amazing character. Kind of as a high point to this, I have never played a character that you can put literally all of your favorite allies in from the entire game, essentially, all into one deck. What makes Adam Warlock special is that you can build a deck with all four aspects. It's absolutely amazing and a lot of fun, and I can't wait to dive into it. Adam Warlock's primary strength comes from his deck building versatility. On the back of the card, in his alter ego mode, it's called Avatar of Life. You can include, well, you must include cards from all four aspects, but they have to be in an equal amount. So typically what I'm going to recommend people do is put 6 of each aspect into the deck, and then that leaves you with 1 additional card that you can use for a basic card, and that's going to round out to a 50 card deck. Now, the biggest thing I'm going to recommend at this point is play an ally-heavy, ally-centric deck. And when you put allies into your deck, try to focus on the cheap allies that only cost 2 or 3 resources to bring out. You can bring out a literal swarm of allies with this character, and they're all 4 colors. It's absolutely amazing. Multiple times playtesting, and I was absolutely stunned. You could stay literally in his hero form the entire game because you could keep bringing out more and more allies and just cycling through his deck. It's absolutely amazing. Now, secondarily, because you have all of those allies in your deck, a lot of Adam Warlock's cards will force you to cycle through the draw deck very, very rapidly. So it's easy to burn through the entire draw deck very quickly. So always recommend doing a 50 card deck with Adam Warlock. For Adam Warlock, we have Cosmic Awareness and Karmic Blast. These are cards. The one on the left is a thwarting card, and you get to remove 3 threats from a scheme, and it increases if you want to cycle cards in your discard pile, so you can cycle up to 4. And for each different aspect you encounter while cycling those cards, it adds +1 threat sort of mitigation, so it goes up from 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7. And it caps out 7, which is almost impossible to get 1 of each card when you draw. Karmic Blast is the same thing. It does 4 points of damage to an enemy, and you can discard cards to increase damage to that enemy as well. So these 2 cards are the primary reason why you're going to be cycling through your draw deck so fast, and why I recommend having 50 cards in your deck. Adam Warlock has a basic special ability. It's called Battle Mage, and you can discard 1 card from your hand, which is also going to accelerate how quickly you're eating through your deck, because you're going to be constantly discarding at least 1 card per turn, at least I was, to activate this effect. Depending upon which aspect you discard, it triggers a different effect on Adam Warlock, which is pretty cool. I think they're all pretty basic, they're all fairly versatile, but it just gives him a little bit more sort of chipping ability each turn, so something fun to do. But when you're doing this, just realize you're going to be eating through your cards a little bit quicker than you would have expected. So now that we talked about Battle Mage, let's talk about 2 cards that trigger in response to Battle Mage. The first one is going to be Mystic Senses. After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, you're going to draw a card. Please note, too, that drawing cards is always great. This is going to, though, exacerbate that issue of eating through your draw deck very quickly while playing Adam Warlock. Once again, 50 cards is the way to go. On the right-hand side of the screen, you have the Warlock's Cape. And what's great about this is that after you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, you can exhaust the Cape to ready Adam Warlock. So this gives Adam Warlock an additional time to exhaust over the course of the turn. And as I'll show you later, you can buff his stats pretty easily. Since you can have all 4 aspects in the deck, you can put all of your basic buffs in, all of those upgrades that increase his core stats. And that is absolutely fantastic, so I'll show you how to do that in just a second. The Adam Warlock deck comes with all 3 of these upgrades. Notice there's 1 for 3 of the different aspects. You can have 1 of each in your deck, which is fantastic. It is going to increase all of his core stats by +1, so you're going to add +1 thwart, +1 defense, and +1 to attack. So if you're going to be readying Adam Warlock an additional time per turn, you can get his basic core stats kind of buffed up using these cards, and it's a really easy way to make him super powerful. When playing Adam Warlock, he is a mystic, so if your collection includes a copy of the Sorcerer Supreme, which is on the left-hand side of the screen, go ahead and throw that into your deck. It's going to give you +1 hand size while you're in hero form. What's great about Adam Warlock, if you're playing all of those allies, then you're going to be in hero form pretty much the entire course of the game, so your hand size is going to be a little bit bigger. Obviously, if you have a bigger hand size, you're going to be eating through your deck even faster, so hopefully you see the theme of this guy burns through his draw deck extremely quickly. An excellent way to regenerate Adam Warlock, and I didn't really use this ability all that much. I think it's interesting, but every time you eat through your draw deck, you can put a soul counter on this card. And as an alter ego action, you can exhaust this card and remove the soul counter from it to heal all damage from Adam Warlock. Now, that's great if you are going to be playing just sort of a general use Adam Warlock deck where you're just going to throw cards in that you like. I found with the ally deck, I really wasn't going to my alter ego form all that much, but I do think this is a great way to kind of cash in on burning through your draw deck very quickly and being able to regenerate quickly if you do have to go into alter ego form. The rest of the Adam Warlock deck is fairly standard. A lot of these cards you're going to see with other heroes or in other living card games as well. So first up, you have Cosmic Ward. This will kind of nullify a when revealed effect, which is great. You can use that to kind of chip away at some of those surprises that occur when you are drawing cards off the encounter deck. Now, kind of where I think this triggers great is that obviously when Adam Warlock is burning through his deck, he's going to have to draw an encounter card when he burns through his deck. So I found myself using Cosmic Ward when I was eating through my draw pile. In the center of the screen is the Karmic Staff, which is just a resource generator. Go ahead and exhaust it for a wild resource. And then on the right-hand side, you can pull something from your discard pile and add it back into your hand. So, you know, these cards are always popular. You can go ahead and use it to cycle whatever it is you feel like from your discard pile back into your hand. Here's where things can get crazy for your allied deck. You can put 1 copy of Team Training and Boot Camp into the deck. The card on the left is going to add 1 hit point to each of your allies. That's going to, you know, add kind of an extra activation on most of your allies, depending on how much consequential damage they take for that activation. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, you have Boot Camp, which each ally you control is going to gain +1 attack. Now, these cards together really add a lot of potency to that swarm of allies that you're going to be bringing out. Like I said, those 2 and 3 resource cost allies, they're going to go just a little bit further. They're going to hit harder, and they're going to activate typically 1 extra time, which is absolutely fantastic. So you're going to get a lot of mileage out of just adding these cards into the deck. And with Adam Warlock, you can only add 1 copy of a card into a deck, so this is a fantastic choice. Hopefully through this video you've seen how versatile this character can really be. I was kind of stunned, and I keep saying this, and the company that makes this game keeps surprising me. I really was thinking, oh, you know, I don't know too much about Adam Warlock, and I was really surprised what crazy decks you could put together with this character. The ability to use all 4 aspects in a deck opens up literally limitless possibilities. You know, I tried all sorts of different combinations with using, you know, really cheap events. I tried using, you know, heavy events. I tried different combinations. Ultimately, I kept coming back to the ally-centric deck. It's a really great way to just dominate the game, whether it's in solo games or if you're playing cooperative with some of your friends. I found the ally-centric deck just to be an absolute powerhouse. Really, really enjoyed it. It made the game kind of fun because you have, you know, all of your allies are absolutely different. So you're constantly having to look at all their different special abilities, which makes the game fun. But by the same token, you're able to stay in hero form literally almost limitlessly. I mean, most of the games that I use the ally format, I was able to stay in hero mode for almost the whole game. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a totally different way to play this game and a lot of fun. So I highly recommend trying out the Adam Warlock ally style deck. And then obviously you can try just tons and tons of different combinations with this character, and hopefully you can come up with other fun combos. I mean, it's just basically limitless. I haven't had this much fun since Spider-Girl. I spent a lot of time playing that character as well, just because of the multiple aspects that you can throw into the deck. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely a ton of fun. I want to thank everybody today for joining me for this deck building video, and as always, have fun gaming.